While everybody else is getting out of bed, I'm usually getting in it. I'm not in it to win it. And there's 1,000 ways you can skin it.
And this is some of the crime that you see in Atlantic City.
What you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you?
Hey guys, so this is my room at Tropicana. The wall behind me is the same wall of the room I stayed in my first Atlantic City vlog from Tropicana back in December. So that's pretty cool. I wanted this wing and I told them to put me in a room on this side. Well, I asked them to put me in a room on this side. She tried to get me in the same room. However, it was taken. So that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. Now that I think of it, it's actually this wall. I am in 4823. I was staying in 4825 last time. So I'm gonna go downstairs right now and I'm gonna play some 1-2. The main goal of this trip, the reason I came here to Atlantic City, was to play in the World Series. However, I felt a little grouchy, felt a little tired today, and I thought it might not be the best thing. So we'll see if I'll do that tomorrow, or maybe I'll stay another night and I'll play on Friday in an event. The main event is starting Friday. Maybe I'll play in that. I'm not sure if that's such a great idea bankroll wise, but maybe I'll satellite in. If I satellite in, I'm definitely playing, no doubt about it. See you later. Tell you the results then. By the way, I did play a short session last night when I got in. I won 114 in about, I'd say about 2 hours, 20 minutes. I got really tired and that's the time to go. Till later. As you guys know, I didn't go play a WSOP Circuit Event at Harrah's this afternoon because I was just feeling a little tired, a little grouchy. I didn't think it was the best possible way to spend my time, and I thought it would just be throwing away $365 entry fee. So I went downstairs and played 1-2. I won 520. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, 5 or 6.
Thank you. This afternoon, and it was a good session. I was down $50 quickly. I had one for $200. It's about where I buy in for 1-2. I just feel like that's a comfortable level for me, and I can do some damage with $200. I don't see that much of a difference between 200 and 300, except of course if you're stacking someone. But the thing you have to realize is there's no one really sitting down with more than 200 at these tables. There might be one stack that's around 300 or above at these tables, but most people have between $80 and $200. So there's not really that much of an advantage buying in for over 200. I've used the table pretty well in position, got into some good spots. There's not much to say about what happened. There was one older gentleman at the table that was pissed about a situation. So the flop had come out, check, check. He was in last position. He didn't check. The turn came out, again, check, check. He didn't check. The river came out. The dealer didn't realize he was in the hand. So the dealer took back the last two cards. The older gentleman in the last position now wanted to bet for some reason. The dealer took back the two cards, saying that's how they do it. They had to put those back on the deck. The floor was called. the older gentleman got pissed. He was holding up the game, and there was only $7 in the pot. If there's 50, 60, even $30 or $40 in the pot, I'm not gonna say anything, nor is anyone else at the table really gonna say anything probably, but there's only $7 in the pot. I was like, if you want us to all chip in and give you the $7, that's great, but you're holding up the game over a $7 pot. So he got pissed, and I told him this was SOP, standard operating procedure in a casino, and he goes on to tell me about what he thinks of me and how he's gonna stack me off. That worked out to my advantage because I started getting some hands in against him, and he thought I was just trying to roll over him because of his insults, and that netted me around 225 over a couple hands. So that was a big part of my win today. It is now around midnight. Between Wednesday and Thursday, I'm gonna go play some more 1-2 downstairs at the Trop. And I'll see what time I get in this morning as to whether I go and play the Harris event at noon. I am not sure if I will be staying another night here. I'm going to call reservations in the morning to see if I can get another comp night. Even so, they'll probably give me a room for 50 or 60 bucks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If I'm definitely gonna play a Harris event tomorrow, then I'll definitely take the room. But I'm not sure about that because there's some great events going on in Philadelphia right now that I might participate in as well. Till later.
Well, I was saying that you called that before you did that.
No. I've seen him.
I didn't see that on there yet. I'm good, but I can't see out this side of my head. You know, like.
I got 2 pair. I got 2 pair.
Right straight.
You got it straight? Where?
In my hands.
No, my 2 pair is good. My 2 pair is good.
Got it, bud.
2 pair is good.
Take care, bud.
Yeah, I got them.
You said you had
not
straight.
that.
I was looking for up down. I had 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just back from my session downstairs at the Trop, plus 356. There was a couple interesting hands. Aces won a big pot for me, but there was also a pot where I had ace jack, trip jacks. I overcalled on the river. I will talk to you about that tomorrow. I got some cheeseburgers from McDonald's with some french fries and a Snapple iced tea at the deli. Originally, I wanted to get a cheeseburger at this pizza place I go to. They closed a minute before I got there. I got there at 4:01. They closed at 4. I had thought they had closed at 5. That's why I went. I got some gas. And there's just one last thing I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you guys remember my first, I think it was my first poker vlog. I was like, this is my bankroll right now. I guess technically it was because I wasn't playing for a living yet again. And I just wanted to see what I could do with those coins. This is what a real poker player's dresser looks like when they come visit a casino. Check it out. Yeah, that's gonna be better for me, that amount, and just want to keep on building that and move up in limits and just talk about strategy. And this channel is not going to be all about poker. It's going to be a lot about cycling. It's going to be a lot about financial stuff, how to make money when you're sleeping, and how to make money in other ways too, because this is America and it's so easy to make money, and I don't know why some people that are so smart have such a hard time doing that. So I want to help people do that, and I just want to have some fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Till tomorrow. I'm literally walking to breakfast right now, and I noticed that an apartment building at 2501 Pacific Avenue in Atlantic City got smashed into, and this is some of the crime you'll see here. Completely smashed up, smashed through. Pretty nuts. On to breakfast. I just walked from Tropicana to Perry's Cafe on Atlantic Avenue in Atlantic City, and this is my breakfast. Hey guys, I thought I'd take you on a walk on the beach. This afternoon it is so beautiful outside, but it is so frigid. It is freezing, and the wind at some points is just real. I felt great. I mean, there's a lot of regrets I have in life. I want to stop having those regrets, and that's what this channel is about. This channel is about doing the stuff that I've always wanted to do. I mean, little things even, little things like, I've been to Atlantic City probably over 100 times in the past few years, and only on some of those occasions have I walked on the beach, only on some of those occasions have I walked on the boardwalk. There was a time a few years ago when I was in pretty decent shape. I was running 5Ks and stuff like that, and I used to run on the beach, do calisthenics and things like that, run up and down the stairs outside the Taj Mahal, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Breaking up with Blake is going to give me some opportunities to do what I need to do to make things better for me. Okay, so let's talk about poker. This trip, I am up 114 plus 520 plus 356. You guys do the math on that. I will put it here on the screen for you guys, or maybe it's here on the screen for you guys. I think it's here. And yeah, so this is the trip I definitely needed. I needed the money. I needed the confidence more than I needed the money. I know that might sound silly to some of you, but it's been hard for me to string together a few winning sessions in a row in the past couple years, and I think that's just because I haven't been playing consistently. I definitely see those tightening up, and I definitely see some of those holes that are still there. Something like that last night, when I had ace jack off, I was in no position that lived. Now, I did this sort of for balance, but also because ace jack off is a hand where you can trap maybe a lot of people with jack falls, nothing above. Even when it's an ace falls, there's no reason to fuck. You're usually good, though some people do live ace queen, and some people do live ace king some of the time. Anyway, so fuck them. Jack, ace, 7, 3. The small blind also calls. Jack on the turn. I bet 33 this time. Now there is a club draw that comes on the turn. I bet 33. The button against smooth calls. The small blinds calls. At this point, I'm putting the button, who's been fairly tight so far, on a jack. Maybe Jack 10, Queen Jack, King Jack. I obviously don't want him to have Jack 8 or Jack 7. Like I said, there's a club draw. So I bet out 33. Button calls, small blind calls. And I'm now on some rocks for you guys. So let's go over these while I tell you the story. On the river, the 5 of clubs calls. 5 of clubs calls. So that puts together both a flush. We're going to do a jump together, figure it out. That puts together both the flush and a straight, if anyone was holding 9-6. And I got some approach. What's up, man? You want to take some pictures for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Alright.
How you doing?
Okay, so we were interrupted, but it's okay. Just now by Alex. He wants to take some pictures for his girlfriend. It's on the beach. Maybe he wants to make her jealous. Anyway, so where are we? We're on the river, 5 of clubs. I want to say, okay, so small blind checks. I check. So many things completed. 9-6 completes. It's a limp pot. The flush, the backdoor flush completes. And I want to get value if the button does have a jack, because no matter what he's shoving, there's $56 left. So what does the button do if he shoves? So once the shoves, what I talk about. The small blind here calls, so this confuses me, because I'm thinking the button has the 3 jacks along with me, obviously not with a better kicker. Possibly he loaded up, but probably not. And I'm thinking the small blind, who was a fairly weak player, had like pocket 9s, pocket 10s, maybe king queen. King queen of clubs would make sense for the small blind. So the small blind calls after about 15 seconds of liberation. And I overcall here. I overcall on this spot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I overcall $56 on the river. I almost raised it up because the small blind just seems so weak. In retrospect, that might have been the best thing. He would have called off in that spot, but I did not raise. I overcalled. The button turned over 9-10 off for a flop straight, and the small blind had. Now these hands make sense in an unraised spot. These are the situations you're going to run into if you don't raise your ace jack in middle position. Should I have popped it to 10, 11, 12? Probably. I've been a little gun shy with certain hands that I used to play hard. I'm trying to play more conservatively since this is for a living now. And I'm trying not necessarily different styles, but just a little more conservative play. Now this does not mean that I am not a crazy asshole sometimes. There are times at the table when I know the table is just passive and weak, and I will raise to 13, 14, 15, 5 to 6 hands in a row, picking up the limpers, picking up a couple callers here and there, and with a continuation bet of 20 to 30 on the flop, usually taking down those nice little pots. But tell me guys, did I overcall? Do you think that was a bad play? He raised to 12 under the gun. I am under the gun +1. I took about 6 seconds, maybe 4 seconds, and I raised to 30. I had done the same play against someone else earlier, and no one saw my cards after the flop. The player under the gun +2 on my left was a fairly weak player who had already donated about 400. He was buying in between 60 and 100 at a time, and he cold called the 30. I'm obviously not worried about him. I'm not worried about anyone really at this point because I had aces. Now, the funny thing about this is, I didn't look to see what he had this hand because my aces kind of distracted me, and I was looking at my cards quickly so that I could peer down at him as he looked at his, but the problem was that I was UTG +1 and he was under the gun, and he was getting his cards almost before anyone else at this point. So I have aces, I don't have to worry about anything, but I also want to know what he has if I'm getting a look anyway to see if he flops a set or runners a flush, anything like that, maybe a straight. Anyway, so the flop comes down queen, queen, 10, 7, rainbow. And he checks. I put out a bet of 55. Under the gun +2 next to me goes all in for 70. The guy on my right, Mr. I'm 48 and I like to drink and play poker badly and show my cards to everyone, smooth calls the 55. The smooth calls the 70. I cannot raise at this point. I wanted to. I almost asked, can I raise? But I knew I couldn't. I knew that might give off my hand, even though this guy is probably not folding his hand, which you'll learn about in a second. So I call the extra 15. The turn comes down an 8, an offsuit 8. He checks. I put in the rest of my money, $97. He calls. He has maybe 12 behind, so I didn't lose any money not being deep enough for this game, just so if you guys were wondering. At this point, I pretty much know he has kings. He mutters to himself like, "Oh, I can't fold down." And he kind of put his cards the way he was when he was looking at them, and I could see them pre-flop. And sure enough, I saw two pictures. They looked like they were in queens. I think he would have turned them up anyway. The river was clean. I think the river was like a 6 or a 9, something like that. I don't really remember because it was inconsequential since I won the hand. So under the gun +2, the guy to my left instantly turns over his ace queen off. The dealer says, no, let's do the 5 left first. I said, ace from molasses. Kind of flashes his king. So I'm not folding up this game. So those are marked. I get the side pot, and then under the gun +2, ace queen off. Turns over his hand, so it was a perfect setup for me. Queen 9 flop, ace queen gets there, or something ace. Kings is safe from an ace, and I have. Hello.
Do you have any casino markers?
No.
1975.
Is that a regular question? I guess because of what I'm catching out.
After 500, we have to ask.
Got
If you
it.
have a marker, then you have to make a payment.
No, for sure. No, I just didn't know. I've never even asked that question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why.
After $500.
Got it.
Some people don't even know what that is.
Got it.
So 1975. Thank you. 75.
Thank you.
99.
You know what's funny? I really wanted to see horseshoe crabs lately. I think I saw one in a movie or a picture in California, and I just remember being around them when I was a kid. And sure enough, here a few of them are. This guy's still alive. I wonder if this guy's still alive. I don't know. Should I turn them over? See, now these guys over there are turned over. I'm going to turn this guy over. I hope I'm not doing something wrong. Very cool animals. 3.
Hello, Viggo.